and welcome to the Newshour Agenda. I am Madhavdas G. Now, what we're going to be debating today is the story of two attacks. One that took place on the Chief Justice of India inside the Supreme Court, and another that has taken place on a Member of Parliament and other leaders of the BJP in West Bengal. Now, this is, of course, leading many to ask that whether the opposition political parties are raising the issue of the Chief Justice of India only to reap political dividends. Because what they've come out to say is that the Chief Justice of India was attacked because he was a Dalit and because of the Brahminical mindset of the BJP and the RSS that has led to this kind of an attack take place.
वो सनातन से जोड़ा व्यक्ति, देखिए वो चाहता है ना कि यहाँ धर्म जाति के नाम पर भड़काया जाए। गवई साहब जो हैं वो दलित समाज से मतलब आते हैं। हम दलित कहीं भी चले जाएं, लेकिन लोगों का नजरिया जो हमारे प्रति है वो थोड़ा सा मतलब गलत प्रकार का होता है।
ಮನುವಾದಿಗಳ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ವಿಚಲಿತರಾಗಿಲ್ಲ। ಸನಾತನವಾದಿ ಅವರು ಸನಾತನವಾದಿನೇ, ಸನಾತನವಾದಿಗಳು ಕೈವಾಡನೆ ಮನುವಾದಿಗಳು।
और सत्ता पे वही लोग हैं जो संविधान को मानने को तैयार नहीं, और ये उनके ही चेले चपाटे हैं जो इस प्रकार से काम करते हैं।
However, the opposition has been very silent on the attack that has taken place on a Member of Parliament of the BJP and other leaders of the party as well. While Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee did meet the Member of Parliament earlier in the day and of course said that does not want the law and order situation to deteriorate, why is it that other opposition leaders have maintained a sudden silence on this issue?
एलिगेशन नहीं होना ये दर्शाता है कि जो एलिगेशन हम कल से लगा रहे थे कि इट हैज बीन डन प्लानफुली, प्लान के तहत ये किया जा रहा है, वो सही प्रमाणित हो रहा है। क्योंकि पुलिस बचाने की कोशिश कर रही है इन लोगों से। पुलिस कब बचाएगी? जब टीएमसी के हमलावर होंगे तभी बचाएंगे, क्योंकि वीडियो अवेलेबल है, आपका फेस नाम सब पता है आपको, फिर भी आप अरेस्ट नहीं कर रहे हैं।
I have received the doctor's report and everything that he is in observation because he is having the diabetes. उनका डायबिटीज ज्यादा है, इसलिए डायबिटीज कंट्रोल करना पड़ता है ना। छोटा सा कुछ होता है तो उनको उसका कान में सुना।
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Let's open this up and take it across to our guest now. Joining us is R.P. Singh, national spokesperson of the BJP. Also with us is Barrister Kabir Shankar Bose, political analyst. With us also is Tehseen Poonawalla, political analyst who leans towards the Congress party. Joining us also is Vivek Salas, national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. We also have Shubhankar Bhattacharya, political analyst, joining us live. Let me start first and foremost with you, Tehseen Poonawalla. Now, while we've seen Mamata Banerjee visit over there, and we've seen her comments as well, and we're going to be discussing all of that in detail, why is it that the Congress party and other leaders here at the centre do not find it an important enough issue to comment on? Well, certainly the attack on the CJI is condemnable and nobody can justify that. Surely there cannot be double standards when it comes to the use of violence.
Thank you, Madhav. Thank you so much for having me on the show. Of course, violence is unacceptable in our society. Violence cannot be justified in any way. But the attack on the Chief Justice of India should shock us because it's an attack on the institution of India, one that safeguards our life and liberty. The other attack is also not acceptable. Nobody's saying that. But an attack in the highest court of the law on the Chief Justice of India, I think that calls for introspection and the ecosystem around it justifying that attack. Here, the Honorable Chief Minister has visited it. It's a political violence and it's not justified, but the Honorable Chief Minister is taking it a law and order subject. That is an attack on the Constitution of India. And two, while no violence is accepted...
Tehseen, which mainstream leader has justified it?
No mainstream leader, but the ecosystem. Ecosystem that you and Times Now say about the opposition ecosystem when you grill Vivek and me. The ecosystem that supports the government has not only justified
this is not correct.
Has gone. No, so why? There's an ecosystem of the Congress.
Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Let me ask you a question. The Prime Minister yesterday put out a very, very clear statement that this is to be condemned. He spoke to the Chief Justice is what he mentioned as well. I mean, at the end of the day, you may raise questions about the government, about who they support or their supporters, so on and so forth. But it is a fact that nobody from the political party that is ruling the government, that is the BJP, or any responsible figure or member of parliament has come out to justify this statement. Is that not a fact?
Yes. However, there have been attacks by people in this government and the highest office on the judiciary of India, including the ex-Vice President of India, including a very prominent member of parliament, on the ex-Chief Justice, and therefore I say this is an attack on the institution of the courts. The courts that safeguard our liberty. In court number 1, the Chief Justice's court. That office is equivalent to the Prime Minister's office. Now I'm asking you a question, and Madhav, answer me with honesty. The kind of publicity the attacker has got, the kind of media publicity he's got, I'm not blaming Times Now, but I'm saying everybody else. Let's say this would have happened to any other political leader, highest political figure in our country. Would they have got the kind of political mileage? The attackers almost made a hero by your fraternity, Madhav, and that's very worrying. Not you, not your colleagues in Times Now, but others in your fraternity.
No. That is not correct. Tehseen, this is absolutely incorrect. That person has been asked a number of tough questions. It's not like he has been given a publicity run. I think that's an extremely unfair and extremely incorrect comment to make. The point is that there's a police case that has been filed against this individual. There's a police case filed against this individual. When he was coming in and he was making those comments, he was asked those tough questions about why he as a lawyer is taking law and order into his own hands. So let's not try and twist this around. But you have asked certain pertinent questions to the ruling. Once again, let's go one by one. Let's go one by one. Please, please allow me to go one by one. There are others on the panel also. RP Singh, there is a question coming in from Tehseen Poonawala, and while he admits that no minister or member of parliament or any responsible person in a constitutional post has made any comment justifying this, but at the end of the day, his comment and that of certain opposition leaders is that there is an ecosystem that is glorifying and that is justifying the attack that has been made by this particular lawyer, the senior advocate, Mr. Rakesh, inside the Supreme Court. And the very fact that such an attack has taken place in the Chief Justice of India's chamber is something that is completely unacceptable. How can we allow such comments to even be there is a question that Tehseen is posing. RP Singh, your response.
Madhav, I reiterate what you said, that it's unacceptable, it's highly condemnable, and no civil society will ever accept what that lawyer Rakesh has done. But let's understand, who has created that ecosystem? Priyanka Vadra just recently said that how can Supreme Court make observation on my brother nationality? When Supreme Court passed certain sections, I mean, she questioned that. But was that not creating an ecosystem for such people or instigating such people to go ahead and do what they have done? And did Mamata Banerjee condemn what happened? He is a member of parliament. He also holds a responsible position. And MLA from the area, the way he was attacked, he was lucky enough to be alive. I mean, he would have been killed the way he was attacked. But Mamata Banerjee was justifying it and saying, no, it's very, very normal. If they go to for a photo op, if they take 10 cars, I mean, I have seen the video, there's only 2 cars with him. And then he was there and one with that security was there. But fact is that how Mamata Banerjee justifying, and did Mr. Rahul Gandhi hold that red book, book of constitution in his hand? Has he uttered a single word condemning it? No, because it is matter of suitability, and I'm saying on record that any sensible man in this country will condemn what has happened to Justice Gavai. No sensible man will ever accept that. Because you can have difference of opinion, there are ways to express your difference of opinion. You can go to court, you can hold a press conference, but not do this what that Mr. Rakesh has said. But how do you justify the killer attack on the member of parliament, sitting member of parliament, sitting MLAs? It's not the first time. Remember Arjun Kumar's house was hurled with bombs. How do you forget? JP Nadda, our party president, his convoy was attacked. So this is an ongoing, and then not a word is uttered. But as far as ecosystem goes, I'm blaming Priyanka Vadra for it, because she is the one who challenged the Chief Justice and the Supreme Court judges for what observations they made on his brother.
Let me take this question back to Tehseen. Tehseen, there's another way of asking you this question. Just a second, sir. Mr. R.P. Singh, there's another way of putting this question forth. And let me quote what Rahul Gandhi has said in another case. He has spoken on the brutal murder of Dalit youth Hariom Valmiki in Raebareli, calling it an attack on humanity, justice and the constitution. Yet, he has remained silent on the recent attack that has taken place on Khagen Murmu, who happens to represent the tribal communities. So why should there be such a disparity in terms of his reaction in both these cases? He could have put out a tweet, a statement, anything could have come out from his own handle, but that doesn't seem to have happened. Tehseen.
All right. So I didn't know Rahul Gandhi was running this country. I thought the country was being run by the most honorable Prime Minister and the Home Minister of India, who on several incidences have not condemned other attacks. But let's not go there. Let's stick to this. The BJP spokesperson on national TV said...
Sir, he is the LOP. Let's be very clear. Prime Minister has tweeted on both these incidents. Just a second. Just get the record right. You can respond to this. I'm not trying to interrupt you, but I just have to clarify.
Sure.
Prime Minister spoke about the attack on the CJI. He spoke about the attack on the Member of Parliament. Surely Rahul Gandhi could have also done the same, commenting on both. But the point that is being made over here is that there appears to be a difference in approach when it comes to violence that perhaps suits the Congress party's narrative, politically speaking.
No, I can show you hundreds of examples, including certain communities where there has been mob attacks, where the Honorable Prime Minister has not commented. So can you say that that has been the Prime Minister's approach and selectively picking up? I don't believe so. I think my Prime Minister has...
Please point them out. I'm not stopping you. Please point them out.
On the lynchings, which I went to
ask the BJP. Here on the panel. Please question Mr. R.P.
Yes, on the lynchings which I went to court on, several common people who were lynched, the Prime Minister never spoke individually about those cases. So does that mean that the Honorable Prime Minister wanted people to be lynched? I don't think so. I think can we focus on the issue? The BJP has diverted the issue, my dear friend, has diverted the issue by saying that a lawyer who's given specific reasons, which I don't want to mention on TV because the guy has got enough publicity, on what was the comments of the Honorable Chief Justice of India and blamed it on Priyanka Gandhi Vadra. Can you, Madhav, as an anchor, justify it? And I'm again asking, I don't want to be interrupted here, please. I'll just take 10 seconds.
Simple question. Can I please just 10 seconds? In his interviews with Times Now, with Radhika Kumar and others as well. And at the end of the day, there has to be an unequivocal, apolitical condemnation of violence. That's the simple point I'm making.
No, you're not hearing. So, Madhav, I think because of distance, hear me out.
You have spoken a lot, sir, but don't think that you're going to get a free run. There will be cross-questioning of every panelist here, including Mr. R.P. Singh and others. And if that is a problem, it is not a monologue. Please, let's get that right.
Of course, it's not a monologue. I've got that absolutely right. But if you change my words, I can't explain it to you. So again, I have to repeat myself, and it's boring for your viewers. The Prime Minister has spoken on a macro issue as Rahul Gandhi is. I spoke about individual lynchings. I saw his interview with Navika. They were macro issues, not individual. You asked me specific individual cases. That's what I compared. Now, can I get to the larger issue on hand? Because I don't think we have to protect the BJP here with Priyanka Gandhi.
Lynching. What is a micro in this?
On individuals who were lynched personally. Just as you accused the LOP of not taking the Member of Parliament's name, I am saying the Prime Minister didn't take individuals' names who were lynched. That does not mean both of them accept it. Now, if I've made that point and I've not repeated it, can I make a larger point?
R.P. Singh, it's the same thing. It's the same shoe fits on the other side as well. There are top leaders of the BJP, including Prime Minister, who have not commented on specific cases when it comes to lynching and other acts of violence. Is there a comparison to be drawn here as Tehseen is doing? R.P. Singh.
I'd like to make a larger...
I'm quoting an instance where Priyanka Vadra said, how can court dare to make observation on my brother when he raised a question on that India's land is occupied by China and he demeaned the Indian army. Court made observation and Priyanka Vadra was on record. I'm saying let him quote one instance where Prime Minister has not condemned any sort of violence in the country. He has condemned each and every violence in the country. But fact is that they are building up ecosystem. Why did he utter a word? He's a fellow colleague in the parliament, although from the ruling party, not from your party. Had this happened to member from the Congress party, had they not reacted on that? Had they kept their mouth shut at that time? No, they would have reacted. They would have went to the roof and reacted on that. But now they won't utter a word because he happens to be a Adivasi. He comes from the background where they don't fit into the elite community of the Congress ruling party.
Let me quickly bring in fact, some of other panelists as well. Vivek, tell us, when you have someone like Mr. Siddaramaiah come out and say that this is the mindset of the Manuwadis. We have seen how the Prime Minister has condemned it, and this is a question that I posed to Tehseen earlier as well. How is he jumping to this conclusion? If this individual is not a member of any particular political party or organization, can you just blanketly put him or label him or brush him as a member of the BJP or the RSS? Is it fair to do that or correct to do that?
I think it's all started by the Bharatiya Janata Party Member of Parliament Nishikant Dubey, when he said that the Chief Justice of India is responsible for the civil disturbance in India. And he got away with it. That was not a very, common statement. It was a huge statement given against the Chief Justice of India by the Bharatiya Janata Party, sitting member of Parliament, and the Bharatiya Janata Party did not take any action against him. This is the result of, definitely, you can say that, result of growing hatred in amongst for the Dalits in India. If we see Uttar Pradesh, there have been, 15,130 crimes against Dalits in Uttar Pradesh itself, which leads as far as the states in India are concerned, Uttar Pradesh is leading into that. When it comes down that the Dalit president is not allowed inside the temple, when the Adivasi president of India, Honorable, is not invited to the Central Vista inauguration, when she is not invited to the Ram inauguration of the Ram temple in Ayodhya, that all leads to these things. If you see Uttar Pradesh, you go to Ghaziabad, you go to Meerut, you go to Prayagraj, you go to Unnao, Barabanki, you go to Hardoi, Bareilly, Mirzapur, Sonpat, you can see crimes against Dalit. And one Dalit in, Hariom Valmiki was lynched to death in Raebareli very recently, day before yesterday. So these are the factors that finally come to,
yes.
the entire...
No, I am saying, sir, raise every issue, every act of violence, every crime, particularly against the downtrodden and weaker sections, the historically deprived sections, whatever one chooses to call them, is very, very significant. But there cannot be a double standard. Here you have a situation, and let me bring in Barrister Kabir Bose on this. Barrister Kabir Bose, you have a situation where there is a member of parliament who has been attacked. His bone right below his eye has been broken. He is in the ICU, but you do not have words of condemnation coming out from top leaders of opposition. Is it fair to then surmise? Because they are saying that look at the kind of violence that is happening in BJP-ruled states. They are also coming out to question the silence of BJP leadership. And the comments, and the comments coming in by top leaders of the BJP, such as Nishikant Dubey, who's quoted now. Earlier, somebody quoted the vice president, the former vice president's comments, saying that these are comments that have perhaps incited people against the judiciary. Your response to these 3 points, Barrister Kabir Bose.
Right. Our constitution, our legal framework, it guarantees the freedom of speech. A fair critique of any judgment is permissible. Now, when we say the Chief Justice of India, we don't refer to an individual, we refer to the institution. It's very, very condemnable what happened. The attack on the Chief Justice, there are no words that, that can support this. Now, it cannot be said that because someone made a comment, this flare up. These are just political statements. Khagen Murmu is a very well-known, reputed tribal leader in West Bengal. And he was brutally attacked, Madhav. This is not we have seen many attacks in West Bengal. And every time the ruling party here, the Trinamool Congress, they trivialize it. They say it's a staged story. But in front of our eyes, photos and pictures, videos don't lie. This was a bloody attack. The member of parliament was bleeding profusely. He was vomiting blood. Now, the chief minister goes today. She finds it a photo op. She comes out of the hospital and says, it's a very minor incident. I am absolutely shocked at her statement. She says it's a minor incident. He's got a little bit hurt behind his ears, nothing major. Is this what we saw on TV? Is this what the hospital records are saying? There is not a single comment, a single condemnation from opposition leaders. Why? Because do they support violence? And now they are finding issues. They are bringing in BJP, they are bringing in all these issues, Nishikant Dubey, to trivialize the thing. Bengal is not foreign to violence, but this one has really woken people up that we are not safe here. I'm a Bengali, I live in Bengal. We are not safe here. Let's not trivialize this. The Honorable Prime Minister has condemned both incidents. What happened in Supreme Court is condemnable. But what happened in Bengal, everyone should speak out. A member of parliament is also a member of an institution. The parliament is also an institution of this country, and when opposition leaders don't speak out, they are belittling that very institution as well.
Shubhankar Bhattacharya, respond to that. Very important point being made here. Mamata Banerjee goes and visits this person who's admitted in ICU, who has a bone broken in his face. And she says this is a small incident, that everything is under control. And why was he attacked? A, because he was distributing relief. And what about the others who've been attacked? Why has the Chief Minister not met them, including the MLA?
Okay. I'll give you some facts as well, right? And though I'll start with that, it's very disheartening to see, the Bengalis actually get into the politics of maligning the Bengal, the state of Bengal in itself. And I won't say that any state should be,
No, please answer my question, sir. Please answer. I've asked you a very specific question. Please answer the question.
What is the Bengali to see? Now, coming to that. Yes, Madhav, please be patient enough. The thing is, number one, that we have forgotten. There was an incident in the month of July when E.D., they seized a lot of tea estates, and this in the area of Samsing, Bamundanga and Tondu, right? So these tea estates were, these belong to Prasanna Roy, one of the very close friends of Partho Chatterjee. So the EDs, they tried to, seize those tea estates. They closed a number of plants over there, which actually caused joblessness for 1,200 workers out there. I think people have just forgotten it. So there are 1,200.
No, are you really comparing the person who's facing, criminal charges with somebody who's going out and giving relief? Shubhankar Bhattacharya, what kind of an example are you giving on national television? What are the charges Partha Chatterjee is facing?
No, Madhav, because
why are you whitewashing? Let the ED investigate, sir. No. Sir, you are doing a great disservice. You are giving a great disservice, Shubhankar. 1 second. Shubhankar, please. This is not correct.
This is not done. You allow me to actually...
No. Let the facts come in which are comparable. You are comparing apples with oranges. You are comparing a person who has been tried and investigated at least prosecuted by ED to somebody who's gone out there on the field and giving relief.
Are you saying on the national channel? Are you saying on the national channel that Bamundanga Tea Estate...
So somebody did not lose the job, so it's correct to attack someone on the face. So you will break the face of the members of parliament, of MLAs, you will attack them violently.
So please...
It is correct to attack them violently.
Let me tell you...
Are you justifying violent attack? Please don't do that. Shubhankar Bhattacharya, please do not justify violence. Please do not justify violence on national television. Because this is exactly where we started the debate from.
They have done this dramatics earlier also. This is the same Khagen Murmu. Madhav, you are not allowing me to put my words forward. Now, this is not done. You should allow to put my opinion. You agree with it or don't, that is up to you. But at least allow me to keep my words.
But you will have to face questions, sir. You have to face questions. Just as I told Tehseen, if you make an incorrect comparison or a factually incorrect one, that will be countered.
Both of them are coming from the same communist, and I think nobody else other than Mamata Banerjee understand what kind of violence she has suffered. We have seen same Mamata Banerjee, going through that violence attack. She even, injured her head. She went into the parliament like that.
Justifying that violence? Obviously, it is wrong. It is a very obvious wrong. This is exactly the point I'm making, sir. Two wrongs do not make a right. Just because Mamata Banerjee was attacked in the past cannot justify attacks that are taking place now. Barrister Kabir Bose wants to respond to you. Barrister.
So that is, I'm just telling you,
Madhav, he says some Bamundanga, he brings in the ED, ridiculous. It shows the mindset. Number one, 26,000 jobs were cancelled by Supreme Court. Tomorrow, if these teachers are on the road, the Supreme Court cancelled it because of corruption in the government. Now, this is happening in West Bengal. Can we say the teachers will resort to violence? This cannot be justified. It's ridiculous what Shubhankar Bose is saying. Absolutely ridiculous. Violence has no alternative. There cannot be violence. Mr. Bose, you say that you're a Bengali and all this. What's happening in Bengal? 26,000 jobs cancelled by Supreme Court because the Trinamool Congress government is deep debt in corruption. The ministers are in jail. The ministers are in jail.
You attacked the Vidhan Sabha.
It's just matter of time.
Was it an attack on Nabanna or not? And BJP led it from the front. BJP led it from the front when the 26,000 jobs were lost. They led it from the front.
Banerjee,
led to the violence
Mamta Banerjee has made it a point to wreak havoc in West Bengal. The Trinamool Congress has made it a point to wreak havoc in West Bengal. This has not been continuing. More than 500 people have been...
Okay, gentlemen, let me come in now. RP Singh, I want you to respond to that. Just a second. Allow me to come in now. RP Singh, you must respond to this because it is the BJP that has led violent attacks such as the one on Nabanna and other parts of West Bengal. It is the BJP that is actually propelling the violence and disturbing the law and order situation in the state. Please respond to what's being stated here by Shubhankar.
Madhav, I'm very highly upset with you. You allowed a man to say that it was a dramatic thing which has happened. I mean, he's preparing it just as there is some theatre which is going on where the attack happened, and then the member of parliament, some actor was playing that role whose cheek has been broken, and his eye ball socket has been hurt. I never interrupted you, gentlemen. You are absurd.
If I'm upsetting everybody on every side of the political divide, I hope I'm doing something right. Continue.
No, I'm not you, Madhav. Madhav, the gentleman is absurd, and he's not fit to be part of the civil society who says the attack is theoretic. I mean, come on, sir. I mean, we have seen the visuals on the TV. We have reports on ground that how TMC workers were mobilized to attack the member parliament MLA because Mamta Banerjee couldn't go there, and they reached before Mamta Banerjee, and Mamta Banerjee was busy dancing with some film stars in Calcutta. She was busy dancing with film stars in Calcutta. For her priority was the dance show in Calcutta, then going to the place of where havoc has happened, where there was a flood havoc which has happened. She's not bothered. But
Manipur was burning.
Madhav,
what was your leaders doing? Should I tell you?
Okay, let's start.
Should I tell you? Everyone was busy visiting foreign countries. They were having foreign trips.
Shall I?
What are you talking about? You were enjoying foreign vacations when Manipur was burning.
No, Madhav, I need to answer that. I mean, he interrupted me.
What kind of?
Yes, I'll answer that.
What kind of politics?
21 days, the Home Minister was in Manipur. For information, the State Home Minister was in Manipur for 21 days trying to resolve the issue. Not like you, Mamta Banerjee was dancing with the film stars when Bengal needed her at that time of havoc of the flood.
Manipur only burned for 21 days. Please.
Was Mamta Banerjee dancing with the film stars or not?
Facts.
Was Mamta Banerjee dancing with the film stars or not? When she was supposed to be there at the situation which is created because of the flood.
Number two, you are talking about the same.
All right, let me come in now. Tehseen, I'm just quoting. Okay, let me calm down. Gentlemen, please calm down. Let's not completely let our passions take over. But let me ask a pointed question to Tehseen Poonawala. Tehseen Poonawala, this is what Rahul Gandhi said when a chappal.
Adivasi woman over there.
No, nobody is justifying any violence, and I certainly will not allow anyone to justify any violence on the show. I have taken a very clear position on that from the beginning till now, and I will continue to maintain that whichever political party this violence is not allowed, whichever ideology, the law doesn't allow it, constitution, morality does not allow it, and I will certainly not allow it on the show. But Tehseen, I must ask you this very pointed question. In 2024, Rahul Gandhi remarked that people are no longer afraid of the Prime Minister. Somebody the other day in Varanasi threw a chappal on Prime Minister's car. The basic concept of Narendra Modi has been destroyed in his election. People are no more scared of him. Now, this is a comment that can also be looked at one in which he is trying to either try to incite people or perhaps anger them into taking action against the Prime Minister. Can it not be? Tehseen.
That's a very unfortunate lens you're looking at, but let me look at through that lens, though. Then, by that logic, let's assume somebody did throw something at the most honorable Prime Minister. That person, and I quote Times Now, was behind bars. He certainly did not give interviews. This gentleman is, yes, there's a complaint made against him. He's not behind bars. He's giving interviews. And therein is the difference. I don't agree that violence is acceptable, just like you. But the fact of the matter out here is, what is real incitement is the way a BJP member of parliament spoke about the judiciary, and as the advocate who's on the opposite side of me rightly said that the Chief Justice is an institution, saying that the institution is responsible for riots in this country. Now I ask you, the BJP spokesperson blamed Priyanka
and it's
Gandhi
also a
for
fact that the same institution forgave him.
Yes, but that still does not warrant that the man is away. The Chief Justice may forgive him as a person. However, the FIR demands that he should be arrested. How can you throw a shoe in the Chief Justice's court and not be behind bars and be giving interviews? If you can justify...
Let's get this clarified. Let's get this clarified right away. We have a lawyer on the panel. Barrister Kabir Bose, respond to Tehseen. He's saying that even if the Chief Justice has forgiven him, even if the Chief Justice has ordered the shoe be returned to him, so on and so forth, yet the police should have arrested him. In this case, that has not happened. Are you seeing any justification in Tehseen's point of view that he's attributing some kind of motive behind a so-called or alleged soft action on this individual?
Let the law take its own course. There's an FIR in place. The FIR will lead to its logical conclusion. You know, give some time to the police to act. Why you are drawing conclusions? Why conclusions are being drawn? Why analogies are being drawn? The law has to take its own course.
Thank you, Barrister. You made my point.
The law has to take its own course. The law has to take its own course. Absolutely. The law.
That is the difference. Thank you. That is the difference. In the case, and no violence is acceptable. In the case of the most honorable Prime Minister, the law acted swiftly. The man was behind bars, gave no interview. Here,
violence is not acceptable.
The law will act.
Absolutely
Why?
clear.
Violence is not acceptable.
That is why there is an FIR. Tehseen.
Of course there's an FIR. I accept it.
Tehseen.
I accept it.
There is an FIR in place. You know,
sir,
if you're, because you're attributing some motives, if your contention was correct, there wouldn't be an FIR in the first place. But there is an FIR in place. So let the law take its own course. Let the law take its own course.
Let me answer that. That incident happened in the Chief Justice Court. There was no recourse but for an FIR to be filed. But after the FIR is filed, nothing has taken place. The guy is roaming around and granting on TV, and that is the problem, sir. That didn't happen with the person who threw the shoes on the most honorable.
You are more upset.
Let me ask one question of RP Singh of the BJP though. RP Singh, just as I've asked a question.
Because the guy is coming on TV, let the law take its own course.
Sir, the law is not equal for both institutional.
Okay, gentlemen, please, 1 second. I have to ask this question of RP Singh because this is something. 1 second. RP Singh, the question that many are asking, and just in the same vein, as I've asked, I've seen the question that Rahul Gandhi also needs to be responsible in his commentary on social media, the kind of online trolling, the kind of commentary sometimes which goes overboard, the extreme nature of the comments, for instance. Many say that rhetoric also, people need to temper it down because you could be inflaming passions of individuals beyond a certain level, and this person says, I am a postgraduate, I am somebody who believes in the rule of law, I am a senior advocate of Supreme Court, yet takes this extreme step. So perhaps somewhere or the other, we have to temper the kind of language, the kind of incitement that we often see online, because that could have some very, very real consequences in the real world, as we've seen in the Supreme Court. RP Singh.
Well, I'm very much with you on this subject, Madhav, that the police should also take action against who are trying to create such an ecosystem or try to build up some sort of atmosphere against the Chief Justice. I'm with you totally on the subject. But again, I reiterate, who gave the right, who entitled the Priyanka Vadra to say that how dare the Chief Justice, how dare the Supreme Court pass checker on my brother, when he said that land has been occupied by China, and he raised a question on land being occupied by China without any evidence, and court passed on a stricture saying that you can't question the army. I mean, if you do so, you're not a nationalist. So this is the question. This is the basic question, that overall Congress has been trying to demean the constitutional bodies, whether it's election commission, whether it's army, whether it's Supreme Court. That's what the agenda of the Congress is, and what has happened in Supreme Court suits the Congress agenda.
Chief Justice, because of that remark of Priyanka Gandhi.
Quick response, Vivek Salas. Quick response.
No, we are talking about West Bengal. We are talking about what happened in the Honorable Supreme Court's, courtroom. But I would like to remind Madhav, you and the viewers and the panelists, that what about Lalji Suman? He was also a member of parliament, a sitting member of parliament from the Samajwadi Party in Agra. He was attacked. Did anyone condemn it? No, not at all. Did the Prime Minister say anything? Did the Home Minister say anything? Did the Law Minister say anything? Not a word. He was attacked. Rather, the government in the Uttar Pradesh, Yogi Adityanath's government was supporting the people. They were supporting the Karni Sena. Go ahead. They threw even burning tires on his convoy, on his car as well. Nothing happened. No one. A few people got arrested, but they were let down. They were just let off. That was the reality of crime on Dalits in Uttar Pradesh. I think even if you see yesterday, what happened in the courtroom, the Prime Minister took 9 hours to tweet. It took 9 hours until date, till now. Neither the Law Minister nor the Home Minister has said anything about it. That is the real face of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Why did it take,
if you give that analogy, they will say that Rahul Gandhi has not tweeted at all till now. Yeah, but that's the whole point. That's the whole point they are making, that Mr. Rahul Gandhi and other senior leaders have still not tweeted about that member of parliament. Has Akhilesh Yadav tweeted on this issue, sir? On Khagen Murmu, has he put out a comment? Vivek Silas, has he tweeted? Has he commented on this? On the attack on a member of parliament?
Who? I just asked a question.
Why Mr. Minister took 9 hours. What about Akhilesh Yadav tweeting on 24 hours later on Khagen Murmu?
I just wanted to ask Mr. R.P. Singh that Mr. Lalji Suman is also a sitting MP, member of parliament from the Samajwadi Party.
No, answer my question. Of course, I'm saying that is wrong. That should have been condemned. But the simple point I'm demonstrating over here is that double standards and hypocrisy abound on all sides. No attack is justifiable. Violence completely unacceptable in democracy, and that has to be the one standard that is applied across the line. It has to be condemned wherever, whenever it raises its ugly head. I'd like to thank all our panelists for joining us, Vivek Silas as well as Tehseen Poonawala, Shubhankar Bhattacharya, R.P. Singh as well as Barrister Kabir Shankar Bose. Thanks so much for joining us this evening.